Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, I want to pop in, talk to you about this because so what I've been doing, y'all send me the little videos, or if I see them or post, I screenshot it, save it, then going through it. Now, I'm still in my coaching season, so my discounted sessions have closed except to my current clients. And so now the book me, you got to go to mymentor.life, but I still got a bunch of sessions to get through. So that's why I ain't been able to do no reviews or nothing like that, because I be coaching all day. And we're gonna get back to the Saturday school, so stay tuned. Saturday school is just like the little $25 classes where it's a certain topic that I'm teaching on, to where if you can't get in the full mastermind course or full this or that course, you just could pop in for Saturday school. So stay tuned. Seeing this here where it was a high school track coach getting sentenced. I can't remember if it was like 40 years or how many years he getting sentenced for what he did to the young ladies on his high school track team. And one of them 14 years old. And it's a black brother, got some dreads. I also saw they showed the back of her head, a what's it, Caucasian white young lady, talking about how he changed, altered her life for the worse because she trusted him and he took advantage. And it just made me think. And this one thing, like, I'm a man. So as a man, you understand men. And if I had a daughter, I'm not sure I would ever let my daughter be coached by a man or a woman who dates women. I'm not sure I would ever let that happen because of human nature and how humans are, but especially a man. And if my daughter had to be coached by a man, I definitely would have to sit down and really get to know that coach, really shake his hand, look him in the eyes, and just really let him feel my energy, let him feel my presence. And I want you to understand that. Now, the thing about that is you have to have your own protective measures put in place, because if you try to go about it in a way like you want to make a threat, like, hey, if you ever do something to my daughter, I'm going to take your life, or you want to do something like that, it's only going to hurt you. Because all they're going to do is just put your daughter on the bench and just kind of secretly blackball her. That's all they're going to do. They're not gonna say nothing to you and tell you that they're about to blackball her and that they're about to do her dirty, and they're gonna try to force you out the team. So what you got to do is you got to really get to know that coach, and you got to always be there with your daughter. You got to go to every practice. You can't let your daughter ever go home alone with the coach. None of that. They say that one of the young ladies stayed the night at the coach house. Now, she must be from a very bad situation, I would like to think, where her mom is either on drugs or work nights or something. Say the young lady stayed with the coach. I think she was 14 years old, because they had an early track meet and he took advantage. Now, to the men, it's like, y'all got to be careful. Like, you're gonna lose your life. So when you're out there being nasty, just know somebody ain't gonna let you make it to prison. And so here go this guy, gets in position and does this to these young ladies. He always knew he was gonna do that. That was always his plan. And that's why especially like with volleyball, like even college, but like volleyball, they wear like them little tight shorts. And a lot of times it be men coaching. And it's like, this is a man looking at all y'all daughter, vagina print, booty jumping up and down, all of that. Like, that's a man. And yeah, they might not show nothing because they know they being watched. So you never gonna look at that coach and see him look at their booty, look at their print, do nothing out the way. You're not gonna see that. He knows he's being watched. So he ain't gonna show you none of that. But them game photos that they take, that he got, you don't know what he doing with them photos. You don't know what he doing with them photos. Them conversations that he having, you don't know how he acting, what he saying. You don't know how he looking at them one-on-one when they in his office. So I'm gonna tell you, suspect everybody, defend nobody. One mistake that people make, men and women, is thinking that somebody is above and beyond that type of behavior. Suspect everybody, defend nobody. Because any one of these men could fall. Any one of these men could say something or do something inappropriate to your daughter. And then you're gonna be ready to go to prison. So if your daughter got a male coach or a lesbian, female coach, then you need to start preparing for what you're gonna do so that you make the right decision if something comes out. And if you can't be there and you can't be active and you can't be present, then don't let it happen. Do not let them be around that coach by themselves. I'll tell you that now. It's very serious. It's very important. And you gotta take it serious because it's real out here. And this is the thing. When you really look into these men, you see that a lot of men, they don't have any respect for the age. They don't care how young. They don't care. You look even back in the Bible days, you look in the old days, you look at, like, it's so many men who are grown men and they will do stuff and deal with 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old. Y'all remember I told you about the lady book that I wrote, who she was 8 years old, grown man in his 50s, doing her dirty, doing her like a grown woman. Then another grown man in his 40s or 50s. Then another grown man who was 19 got her pregnant. And by the time she got pregnant, she was 10 years old. These grown, musky men doing this. This is, she grew up. So right now, she probably, when I met her, she was 50. That was 2009. So 20 more years, she almost 70. So she's 67. So she probably grew up before like real corn that was easily accessible. So even before being able to get a phone and just open your phone and watch nastiness, before that, this right here stuff was happening. And she wasn't the only one in the world that was happening to. So if you see men, and the first man who did it to her was the bishop, the next man was the assistant pastor of the church, and the next man was the deacon. So this ain't happened to her by homeless men, by convicts. These were community leaders. These were men that everybody looked up to. Everybody loved, trust, respect. And these men were able to do this with this little girl. And so that's what I want you to understand. If the pastor and the principal and the police officer, the pro athlete, the this, the that is all capable of it, then anybody is capable of it. And that's how you have to move. That's how you have to think. And you got to be mindful of that, because you'll end up losing your mind if you take your foot off the gas, or you ease up and you think, oh, she's safe, ain't nothing gonna happen, she's safe. Oh, coach such and such would never. Coach such and such is married, he got kids, he's such an amazing man, he this and he that, blase. Y'all don't give me, I got a coach in 3 minutes to read my little synopsis. So that's what I want you to realize, like, there ain't nothing guaranteed. And so me personally, if I had a daughter, I would want to put her with a coach that the coach is married with kids. The coach coach is married to a man. Now, in certain sports, there are a lot of women who are into women or was with women who still married a man. So that don't mean that that part of them that's attracted to women is turned off. And so, and the thing about it is, when people have certain lust, or people have certain little areas that they struggle in, it's always somebody that can get them to revert back. And when I say that, I don't mean it's definite, because the power of Christ is healing and renewing and changing. But I say that to say, outside of that, when a person not really locked in like that with the Lord, they susceptible to failing. They susceptible to meeting somebody and it knocking them off their rocker, like it really hitting them in a real way and messing them up. So you gotta be mindful of that. And a lot of people just they not ready for the moment. They didn't think about it. They didn't, or well, the ones, some didn't think about it. Some intended to do it, but some didn't think about it. Some thought like, oh, you know, this ain't nothing. You know, this ain't nothing. Everything good. You know, it ain't nothing. And that's how they'll think. That's how they'll move. But you never know. You never know. So I'm gonna tell y'all, if your daughter is in any kind of extracurricular, even in class, make sure you checking that phone. Make sure you meet them, the men or the lesbian women. Make sure you meet them. Make sure you talk to them. Make sure they know that you're there. Make sure they know that you're present. And you just have a casual talk. And with that casual talk, you say, hey, I just want to meet you. You know, and yes, I do check my daughter's phone every day to make sure messages in her communication. But when there's men in her life that she's not related to, or there's women in her life, and no judgment about your lifestyle, but I do see that, you know, you are with a woman or what have you. A lot of horror stories, not to say that you ever do anything like that, and I do check my daughter's phone, but I just like to meet everybody and just know who's in her life. Now see me, I'm that confrontational. I say that, the person will be very, very offended, but I let them know this just out of protection for my daughter. It's nothing against you, not assuming anything, not suggesting anything, just protection for my daughter. I gotta make sure I have a relationship and a rapport, because where I'm from, you know, we don't go to court, we go to the grave. And so I just, me not wanting to have any issues or anything like that, I just like to meet everybody. Now that's how I handle it. Now that's how I handle it. About my sons, that's how I handle it. Now about my daughters, it'd be even a little more turned up now. A little more turned up now. But listen, I'm gonna tell you. But listen, I'm gonna slide you, boy. Hey, we ain't going to court. You get up. I'm gonna sit and meet your maker. So I'm gonna tell y'all, be careful now. Cause I seen that man right there, I wanna hit him in the mouth, sitting up there. Like, boy, cut them dreads off, boy. You don't deserve to have no loss. You out here touching these little ones. But be mindful, this is very real. It's happening out here every second of the day. So make sure it don't happen to yours. Hey, it's Tony Gaston. God bless you. All the important links in the description. Hey, the Lord been good for you. Click that link for the Boys Summer Program. We need you. We need you. We need you. God bless you. We'll talk soon.